Hi, I'm Caroline, and today I'm going to show you how to do this royalty bracelet on 2 pegs. This is a hook-only design by Tropicaloomie. Why is this not focusing? That's better. And I'm going to show you how to do it on 2 pegs. So this can be done on your mini loom, your rainbow loom, your monster tail loom, your mini loom, your finger loom, your pencils, your pens, whatever. I'm going to scoot my camera a little bit and we'll get started. I'm going to do this today on my modified mini loom. It's a mini loom with 2 sets of pegs glued on top of each other here. And how this bracelet works is you start at this end with this cat band, and then you put on this band. Then you do these bands on one side, these bands on the other side, and then you connect together here. And when you put on your next white bands for here, then you pick up another one of the ones from before. Yeah, you pick, okay, when you put on your new set of gold bands down here, you put them on together at once. Up here, you put on one and loop off one of your the last gold one. And then when you put on the second one, you loop off your last pink one. And then scoot them all over, and then you do the same thing on the other side. So you end up doing one side at a time, bring it together, one side, bring them together. All right, I'm going to do essentially this color combination, but I'm going to do it in gold and red. So this is Persian white and Persian pink, I think. This one, and I'm going to do it in Persian red and Persian white. So I'm going to start with a red one. You know what? I'm going to attempt to leave this here and hope my camera focuses. So here's our crisscross, and then one loop, red, and we're going to loop the bottom reds. This is a very simple bracelet. Anybody should be able to figure this one out. All right, now we're going to put on 2 white bands at the same time, but we're only going to loop it off on one side because we're only working on one side of our bracelet right now. Okay, and now that's that side of the bracelet done. So we gotta move our center back to the other side so we can use this one to loop without interfering with these ones. So we're gonna put on a gold band, or we're gonna put on 2 gold bands and loop the red and move our golds back to the other side. Okay, now we're split right in the middle, and we're going to loop off these bands. And you can see on here we've got 3 looped off. We've got band 1, band 2, and band 1. So this is band 1, this is band 2, and this is the other half of band 1. So when we put on our red, those are the ones we're going to loop off. Band 1, band 2, and the second half of band 1. Okay, as I was saying, we're going to loop into here band 1, band 2, and band 1. So we're going to look at here and see which bands are band 1 and 2. We have band 1, band 2, band 2, band 1. So we need 1 and 2. And 1. We're going to do that on both sides. 1 and 2, and the other half of 1, which is this one here on the bottom. Okay, and now we're ready to put on our whites again. Now when we started, we had this 1 band across, but now we have to link our first unit to our second unit. So these whites that are left over here are going to link up here to our pink, to our next white. See how it's this second white from down here is hooked over top of this white right here? That's what we're doing next, and we're doing one side only. Now we're back to working just on this side here, this group. So we're going to put on one white and loop the pink on one, or gold. We're going to loop the gold on one side only, and then we're going to put on our next gold and loop the red on that same side. And then now we have to do the other side. So in order to get over to here, we have to move these two white bands, gold bands, to their other halves on the empty peg. Okay, so now this peg is still how we started with the other peg. So we're gonna loop off this peg now. We're gonna put on our first white and loop the bottom one and put on our next white. It's Persian white, but it's gold on the outside. So sometimes I'm calling it white and sometimes I'm calling it gold, but it's the same color. Did I do this wrong? Yes, no, yes, no, yes. Gotta loop this one. Gotta loop the red one. Okay, and now I gotta get my buddies back together because we're now ready to put on our next red one. So we finished our second side here, putting on whites. So now we're gonna put on our red one again, and we're gonna loop off the bottom one and the top two. So I got them all on my hook at the same time here, but I'll do it separately on this one. The top two and the bottom one. Okay, and now we're ready to put on whites again. So pick a side, put on a white, loop only on one side. So I'm going to loop off this side here. I'm going to loop first the white one and then put on my second white and loop the red one. Okay, so that's all the whites on one side, but now I got to move over to this other side. So I got to move these two over to the other peg. And now I'm going to put on my whites for the other side. So here I am putting on my first white. I'm going to loop this bottom gold one, white one, put on my second one, loop my red. Now I got to get myself back to the middle. So I got to move these two over to their other halves on the empty peg. So now I have 4 golds on each side. And we did this just a second ago. We're going to put on our red, and we're going to loop the top 2 and the bottom 1 on both sides. So there it is on one side, here it is on the other, top 2 and bottom 1 band. And now we're back to putting on our whites. And see, we've got 3 sections done now. So here it is again. We put on our white, loop the bottom white on one side only, put on our second white, loop the red on that side, that same side, move our golds together on the empty peg so we can get back to our other side. Okay, we put on a white / gold, loop our leftover white / gold from before, put on another white, and on that same side we're going to loop the red. It's our only red. And then we got to move these guys back over to here so that we can put on our red again in the very center of the bracelet. Yep. So now I'm going to tie this off so that you can see that. So I'm going to put it on there and loop my 3, my top 2 and bottom 1, top 2 and bottom 1. Okay, now I only have 2 things left on my peg, and because I'm ending, because I started with a red, I'm going to end with a red too. So this is my end, and I'm just going to loop off everything I've got. And I'm going to move them over to one peg so that I can just put my C-clip on there just like that. And there you have it, the Royalty Bracelet by Tropicaloomie on 2 pegs. See you next time.